Hey, what's going on? Astrolites and Otherworldlies, Mr. Sensational here, along with Dark Mass Diva Juliana.
Hello.
This video is pretty much from my answer on Quora, and this girl requested my answer, so she was asking me. He left me undelivered. So from there, what am I? Okay, so she said, he left me undelivered, and he refuses to answer back. So what do I do after he? Because my heart is still hurting a little. So how do I cope with it?
Yeah, because he basically left her on read, and he's ignoring her.
So my answer to her was, first off, I'd count my blessings that I'm no longer with them,
Yeah.
and basically I responded to her, just do what makes you happy. Focus on you. Block him on all social media. Block
Yes.
his number, and just focus on you.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Okay, you guys. If someone does that to you, okay. Here's the thing. I'm not doing devil's advocate or anything like that because you guys know how I feel about devil's advocate. My hair is just everywhere. Sorry. Sorry. I should have combed my.
I do the same
I
thing.
know. I should have combed my hair before I got on. I just kind of came from across the room. Okay, you might argue, oh, well, he just saw it, the phone rang, he had to go do this, do that, he was busy, or he just, it looked like he saw the message or whatever. Okay, well, here's somebody who's heartbroken because her boyfriend is basically ignoring her. Okay. Dude has had a long time to get back to her. He's okay. I think we all know he's basically ignoring her. All right. So, Zen said, go find something else to do, basically go, go do a spa thing, go read a book, go draw a picture, go do something else, whatever
Just don't.
you need to do to not think about him. Make it about you,
Just
like,
don't waste your time on these little boys, these bozos, whatever.
well, it doesn't really matter what he's doing. It doesn't even matter if it's a family emergency because he could have stopped and just taken like 5-10 seconds to go, hey, I don't mean to ignore you. I see you. I'm not ignoring you, hun. I'm just busy right now, or this happened or that happened, or something happened. It all I had to do is just take a few seconds and say, hey, blah blah blah, I'm not ignoring you. That's all he had to do. It's not like he had to take a whole hour to explain what was going on. All I had to do was say, sorry, I'm not ignoring you, I'm just doing this or whatever. But he's clearly ignoring her, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So,
that's
and
because
that's how we both felt.
she even said it's been a couple days. I haven't heard back from him ever since the incident.
Right.
So that's why I answered back saying, "Don't even bother. It's not worth the heartache. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be just fine. Just do whatever makes you happy, and a real man's gonna come along, treat you like gold."
Yeah, so a good thing for her to do is, what do we like to do, ladies, when we don't feel good? We like to go shopping, right? Go get your hair done, go get your nails done, just go buy an outfit that makes you look pretty. Go hang out with your female friends, and you know what they're going to say? They're going to go, you can do so much better. I know who likes you. Why don't you go out with so and so? And, they'll tell you some other guy that likes you, because there's probably some other guy that does like you, okay, that you probably weren't giving him a chance because you're too busy going out with that bozo who ignores you, right? And there's probably some other guy that likes you that you're not even, because there's probably someone who likes you and you didn't even notice because you're so busy going out with that bozo, right? Right?
Yeah.
Because there's always someone who likes you that you didn't notice. Okay. So even if not, that's okay too. You're okay by yourself, but there's something else you can be doing. There's so many things. There's so many, do it yourself projects. There's so many things you can be doing around your house. There's a book you can be reading. There's an art project you can be doing. There's, you can just go volunteer somewhere. You can just do something just to get your mind off of it. That's, something constructive. Something that, just something nice you can do for somebody else that really has nothing to do with that dude, that'll just make you feel better. That'll just get your mind off of him.
because
And the fact that you're not talking to him, he's going to be like, "Oh wow. Wow, she's not trying to get me back. She's not even talking to me."
because you don't want to sit around and be like, why isn't he answering me back?
Yeah.
I love him so much. Stop doing that. That's not all necessary. Yeah, just block him on all social media. Get rid of his number. If he somehow tries to get a hold of you, cuss him out. Like, just be like, oh,
Why doesn't she just
so
ignore
now I
him?
get to hear from you. Now I get to do this, that, and
Why doesn't she just ignore him instead of cuss him out? She
and
should
I'm
just
saying if they, because people can be sneaky. They'll be like, oh no, I can't message her from this number because then she'll know it's me. So I'm gonna use a different number to try to.
what if she just like keeps blocking him? Like, I really don't want to talk to him, and he's going to be like, "Oh my god, she's really not talking to me." Like, "Oh my god." And he won't be able to believe it. And then he's going to start thinking she's seeing somebody else, and he's going to be like, "Oh my god. She's really like ignoring me." And he won't even be able to believe it. That'll be extremely funny.
And
And
th-
then he'll start tripping.
and this is similar to another question that I've gotten. Trying to remember how she said it. Um, well, right now I can't remember, but basically, I'm fairly certain I said the same thing. If they leave you on red and you don't hear back from them within the next few days or so, uh, just cut them loose, block them. Just don't bother with them.
Yeah, there's just there's no excuse for that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get into the chat in case someone wants to say something and they want me to answer something. I really
I really wish a troll would try something today.
well, yeah, you guys know I'm Juliana Angel. You know I'm going to say something if you have something to say. So, as soon as I get in there, I know someone's going to have something to say cuz you know who I am.
I've already dealt enough for one day. I don't need trolls on my channel thinking that they're in the right, being narcissistic, doing this, that, and the other. I'm not in the mood for it.
But they know who I am. If they're on Nathaniel's show, you guys know who I am. So I'll get at you over here too if I have to. But I don't think anyone's watching us right now though, so
Well,
that's okay.
it's still pretty early for
That's true. We
some
are
of our
we're
fans,
we're on early for Pacific time.
because I like to sit back and chill usually. Like, I like after when it's after 10, I'm pretty much relaxing.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't see you on here right now, so that's okay. Yeah. So I really I really feel like that's weird. Okay. I just really feel like
Now you're gonna do it on my channel.
I know, right? Now you're going to Okay, do you guys know what that sound is? I know you guys have heard it on my channel, but you may have not heard it in the background for his channel. I'll kind of explain what's going on here. All right, for my channel, this is how I get all my content. All right, I monetize on a site called Quora. All right,
How many views do you even have on there?
on Quora,
Yeah,
thousands and thousands, maybe a million. Okay, so because I've been on it for about 5 years now.
I'm getting closer to probably be 1,000 by next week, probably.
So I mean, it's I've been featured and all that kind of stuff. I'm probably on Reddit by now. So it's Anyway, so that's where I'm getting all my content ideas. And the questions that I get asked repeatedly end up on my show. So you guys are wondering where I'm getting all those ideas. And if you hear me do more than one content about certain questions, you're wondering why does she, why is she doing another one on that? It's because people won't stop asking me that question. It's the more popular questions that I will do a content on because I think that's what you guys want. So I'm getting all those questions on Quora. Okay, and I'm a top 10 featured. I'm like a heavy hitter on there. So um Zen just joined Quora. So sometimes he and I work together on there now. So this question was a Quora question.
It was actually requested.
Yeah, it's somebody requested it. And I thought his answer was a good one. And so I got in there with him and I'm like, yeah, he's right. I just,
Guys acting a fool doing that crap.
well, okay, this is kind of how I feel about it. Some people just can't come out and say, I'm not ready for a relationship, or I don't think you're the one for me,
Then don't
or
bother with the person. It's plain and simple.
no, no, because okay, there's been situations where someone's like, I just need a little me time right now. What it is they're just like they're tired of being in a relationship with that person. They're tired of dating that person. Or they see someone else they want to sleep with. So instead of they think, well, I mean, I could always cheat on that person, or I could always just
That's
kind of brush that person
that's
off
another
and go sleep with that other person.
that's another thing that's going through my head is the whole focus on myself. When you
Focus,
do
yeah,
that and you're seeing somebody,
right.
that's immaturity in itself right there.
Well, he's like ignoring her because he's probably he's
He's probably with
probably
the guy.
yeah, he could be with a guy, but he's probably with another person, whether it's a guy or it's another woman. It's another person, so does it matter what gender the
He's
person
probably
is?
getting his lollipopped.
He's getting his lolly popped, or
Hey,
he's
yo, homie, I'm talking to this one girl, but I was wondering if you could get down on your knees for me.
well, whatever it is, does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? He's with another person, so
Now,
he's
I'm saying he's
cheating.
probably one of those DL people.
He could be a DL person, but does it matter? He's ignoring her and hurting her and he's cheating. So
Narcissist.
he's a narcissist. Yeah. So he's basically cheating on her. So instead of being a real stand up person and saying, I'm not ready to be in a relationship, I'm not ready to be the kind of person that you need me to be. And instead of walking away and being friends and being a decent person and just being like, can we just be cool? Can we just be friends? And parting ways.
The bad
um
part about that is
he decides to blow her off and go sleep with
they know
another person. Could be a female, or like you said, it's probably a guy. You think it's a guy, and you're probably right.
it is a guy because
Okay.
she specifically said he. That's why I'm saying, okay, he's a bozo,
Yeah,
basically,
sounds like it.
a narcissistic one at that.
Okay, so you
And
think the way he callously blew her off, you think
because they
that
know what they're
he's
doing, but they choose the second route on purpose. They won't go that first route. They're like, actually, I've been thinking about it. I don't think this is a good idea. And no, they choose to
okay?
go.
So do you think the way he blew her off means he's really on the DL? Do you think that's a DL behavior?
That can be a DL
Okay.
behavior, yeah.
Okay.
And because I mean, why else would you go the second route and just leave a woman on red?
Okay, so a guy that leaves a woman on like read, or what's that other word that she was using for
Delivered.
delivered? Okay, so leaving someone on read or delivered, that's more like, instead of just doing it at some other way, you think that's more like a shady
Because he's
alternate sex
Cause
behavior.
he's just like, oh man, this girl's on my jock. I'm not gonna keep messing with her. I'll leave her on red for all I care.
Okay, so it's more like you think his sexual preference is something else. You think
Most
that's
likely,
that's more like a down low type of deal.
because what real man would actually do that?
Okay. Okay.
A real
That's
man would be like, okay, I was thinking about us,
mhm.
and I don't think it's going to work out. because
Right.
I've been giving it some thought. I've been weighing the pros and cons, and I don't think this is gonna go much further.
Right.
But no, that they want to. This is the equivalency of people who get hired at a job, but they don't want to put in the work.
Okay, so you think that's like a sneaky,
He's a sneak.
okay, so he's actually
Sneaky,
gay.
yes,
He's actually being gay.
yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'll go with that. I just
Just refuses to be open about it.
all right, because here's the thing. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with being gay, but there
Otherwise,
is something wrong with cheating.
otherwise you
And
would have just said, "I just found out that I'm actually gay,
right,
and this is not gonna. Obviously, it's not gonna work out between us."
right, and the thing is, if he really is gay, they could have just like remained friends, and they could just be buddies, right? But
Right.
instead, he decides he's going to cheat and just blow her off and be mean. So she thinks there's something wrong with her, but there's not. He's just gay. He just likes dudes. But now she thinks there's something
He
wrong with her.
he's either gay or he's either narcissist.
Right. So he'd rather, like, narcissists want to hurt somebody on purpose. Did you know that? They want to
He's
make,
probably both.
okay, they want to make another person feel bad when it's really just them having an issue. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
narcissist, like they constantly need to switch partners because they need validation constantly, right? And they actually have really low self-esteem. So they need constant sources of validation from like multiple people. So it's not like there's anything wrong with the person that they have, but it's like they just need a validation from all these different people, and they're just compelled to cheat. It doesn't have anything to do with the person that they're with, but the person they're with is a normal person, so that person like is tripping out and thinks that they did something wrong. So here's this nice young woman, right? Or older woman or whatever. It's a woman. And she thinks that she did something wrong. And she's saying she's heartbroken. She's telling
And
Zen
that's
she's
why
heartbroken.
and that's why I was like, your heart shouldn't be even hurting in the first place because this sort of behavior is unacceptable.
Right.
So you don't shed any tears over this guy because he's the one in the wrong, not you.
Yeah. Yeah. He is. And just to read somebody's message, leave it for days when you could have easily said, I'm really sorry. I'm going to be busy in the next few days. Or
I've had it
I'm really
happen to
sorry.
me like a bunch of times growing up.
Aw.
It sucks.
Well, so you know
And you
exactly.
be really into somebody, they won't answer back, and eventually you're just like, you know what, give him.
And then you have to figure, I just got dumped. I just got dumped. I mean, and I went with a guy one time,
Is it
and
technically dumping if they don't say anything?
yeah, oh, it's well, they call it being ghosted.
Yeah.
But being dumped and being ghosted is the same thing. It's just it's a arbitrary term. I mean, it's the same
And then
thing.
they'll show up to you like sometime later acting like nothing happened.
Yeah, yeah, like just kind of like they won't. Some people,
Hey, how have you been? I haven't seen you in so and so months, whatever.
and you're like, we used to have a thing going until you totally ignored me and made me deal with it all by myself. And you're
So
acting like you didn't just totally screw me
and
over. Thanks.
he's gonna set himself up when he says he's gonna be like, so what's new with you? Oh, I'm getting married to someone who actually cares about me. Like they'll just
Who treats me like a human being and
they'll
loves it.
act like they'll try to play it off like, oh well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and they're not, and they see that you're happy and everything like that, and then they kind of
They'll
stop
be
and think,
sneaky
and
about it. Like after they leave, they'll just be like, man, what a witch.
well, I mean,
Like I could have been the best thing that happened to her. Yeah, you could have been if you answer your freaking messages.
well, this is weird. Like, okay, some people will like they'll ignore you and want you to just go away. Like they won't say, you know what, I don't see this working out between us. So
Wanna fly away.
way, right? I don't see this working out between us. So I think we should just be friends. They won't just say that. They'll like ignore you and just not answer you, and hope you'll go away. Like, instead of just saying, I don't see this working out. For whatever reason, they just won't come out and say, I don't see it. I don't see this working out or whatever. And um
Even your friends will tell you, "Oh, he's garbage. He's a scrub. He's this, that, and the third."
yeah, well, your friends will say that, and then, this whole time, they'll say, oh, well, some people, you really can't break up with them, because they're going to try to get you back, and they're going to try, oh, I'll change, I'll do anything. So there are some people, and I know that this is really, I'm kind of going against what we're talking about here, but there are some people that you really can't break up with, because they make it hard to break up with them. All right, but this is a decent
Harley
person.
Quinn eventually left Joker for real.
Okay, well, let's talk about real people. Well, Harley. I'm wearing a Harley outfit, but the thing is, let's talk about the nice person that asked him the question. This is a nice person we're talking about. Okay, this is a person with sensitive feelings who asked them the question, and she is truly heartbroken. Okay, so this isn't someone who's stalking anybody. This is someone who's just, kind of at the end of a rope, and she's like, I really don't know what to do.
She
This guy
sounded like
just.
she was in her, I'd say, late teens, early 20s, something like that.
Right. So she was young, and she kind of was asking him, like, what's going on here? I mean, because she really just sounded puzzled. Like, that was probably the first time something like that happened. And I've had that happen to me once in my life. And finally, the guy did talk to me, and I was like, what's going on? Like, I called him a few times, and I finally got a hold of him, and I said, are you mad at me? And he goes, I just need some me time. And I said, I won't bother you again. And I didn't bother him again. And then he came looking for me.
If you want me time, don't even bother getting in a new relationship.
Well, I mean, I kind of took the hint, when he said me time. I mean, because I'm not interested in anybody who says they need me
Don't
time.
even say me time if you're trying to break up with somebody. That is some grade school BS right there.
Well, we were grown adults. I mean, we were in our 20s at
That's
that point.
worse.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he said me time. I'm like, that is some weak ass shit. And at that point, when he said me time, boom, I stopped being attracted to him.
I had a girlfriend who actually did that.
Well, as somebody who says me time, I'm like, okay, that is some weak stuff right there. And I stopped being attracted to him
But
from that point
the
on.
thing
I
about
didn't
that
like him
is, I
after
didn't
that.
know what it actually meant until sometime later.
Well, you were probably a little younger than I was when the guy said me time.
Most
I
likely.
well, I mean, I was in my late 20s, and I was like, okay, when somebody says me time, they really just mean they want to break up. And
Just man up and say you want nothing to do with them anymore.
I was like,
But
okay,
in
me
a
time.
more discreet way. I mean,
Well, he just said me time, and I'm like, that is some weak stuff. He said me time, and that means he doesn't want to go out with me anymore, and that's fine. And we're done going out, and I'm going to move on.
it's
So
because I'm fat, isn't it?
I wasn't fat,
I know.
but
I was just doing Ty from Clueless.
oh, okay. But I mean, I'm thinking, okay, well, obviously he's tired of going out with me, so he's ready to move on and do something else with his life. So I never had a problem getting guys. I wasn't tripping. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to move on and do something else with my life. So I moved on and did something else with my life. And the guy, apparently he went and had me time. So he did resurface later in my life, though, and he
It's
kept trying to
crazy
resurface.
how through the years you can get any guy you wanted, but the ones you attract were basically bozos.
Yeah, because the thing is,
I just thought that was funny.
no, it's true, because most guys are bozos,
It's like I'm a goddess and I attract loser men.
because goddesses do attract losers. It's true.
Not all of them.
Well, no, but I mean, no, but the thing is, the more beautiful you are, the more bozos you're going to attract.
Helena Troy complex.
No, seriously, the more beautiful you are, the more bozos you're going to attract. So the minute they show you you're a bozo, be ready to discard them as fast as you can. So as soon as the guy said me time, I was like, get ready to let him go. As soon as someone says something stupid, be ready to let him go really fast. That's why I was like, okay, he said me time. That's some bozo stuff, and I was ready to let him go immediately. As soon as somebody says a bozo thing, as soon as you realize they're a bozo, be ready to let him go. Like, don't even as soon as you realize it, bam, that's it. As soon as they do a bozo thing, be ready to let him go because that's when you realize it.
If you listen to this, I don't know if you guys seen Victorious on Nickelodeon, but there's a song called "Take a Hint." They usually tell you what kind of guys to look out for, and pretty much why am I always attracting losers and things. And
Hmm.
so I recommend you guys listen to that. It's got a really good beat to it. It's got well, I can't exactly remember their official names right now, but if you go to if you put in "Take a Hint" by Victorious,
Hmm.
you should be able to know what song it is.
No, but you'd really be surprised. Like the minute though, the minute you notice someone is being a bozo, you do need to get rid of them though. The dumb women are the ones who see that the guy's a bozo and keep him around. But the more beautiful you are going to attract every man on the planet, and most of them are going to be bozos though. So you need to be careful though. You're going to be fighting them off constantly. So this lady,
Imhotep.
this
Im-
lady, we don't know what she looks like, but the fact that the guy did the bozo move, she needs to just cut him loose immediately and not speak to him again.
Oh, I don't think she's going to after what I
Okay.
told her to do.
Well, I hope that the other people that she asked, I hope they tell her the same thing. And I mean, and I hope she listens. You know, I hope she learns this young that as soon as somebody shows themselves a bozo, that she's ready to let him go like that, and she doesn't miss him at all. I hope she gets it straight away because somebody can be like a decent person for a long time, do a lot of good things, and not do anything bozo things. But as soon as they show themselves as a bozo, be ready to just let him go.
That's why I keep saying, keep be on the lookout for those red flags because you'll know right away whether they're worth keeping or not.
Yeah, I mean, and they could be doing good things for just a really long time, for months and months and months. They can be like doing a lot of good things, but as soon as they say stuff like me time or space or anything like that, or
Or if they keep you on red or deliver for
right.
the next few days, that's your answer right there. Just cut them loose from that point.
Well, here's like a good thing to go by. And I'm not going to say the term rule of thumb. Never say rule of thumb, you guys. Here's a good thing to go by. All right.
Look up the origin. You're gonna be like,
Or watch this video that says rule of thumb, and you will never say that again.
it's under broken thumb.
Yeah. But here's a good thing to go by. You know, I totally lost my train of thought.
It'll come back on
uh,
track.
okay. Yeah, it'll come back anyway. But I yeah, I totally lost my train of thought now because I started thinking about your video.
She was really entertained by it.
Yeah, I was really entertained by it. Well, because I couldn't believe it when I found out what it meant. Yeah, so that's insane. But
For those of you who've watched Boondock saying, you're just like, oh, yep, yep. I did research myself. I know exactly what you were talking about.
here's the thing: when a guy really cares about you, he cannot go more than 24 hours without either seeing you or hearing your voice or texting you or talking to you. If he can go more than 24 hours, um, or if he's trying to get miles and miles and miles away from you,
I wanna know.
no, really, if he's trying to put time and distance between you, he's not really into you. If he's trying to take vacations away from you and not be around you and stuff like that, you need to just write him off. If he's trying to take vacations without you, he doesn't. No.
Especially if they're like, Oh, I didn't know you wanted to go.
Right. If he says I didn't know, or he makes excuses that you don't want to go, or he thinks you don't want to go, or he's trying to go somewhere you don't want to go on purpose.
Because here's the thing, I'm a wrestling fan, and I was watching NXT Vengeance Day a couple nights ago, and Wesley, he was doing a live Instagram, and he was in his hotel room. He actually brought his wife with him, and I actually did not uh I was not 100% sure if they took their wives with them or not. But after I saw that, I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense now.
Well, the thing is when he and I get married, I'm going to be a housewife. If he's in the ring and everything like that, a
Not
lot
a
of
desperate one, by the way.
right, not a desperate one. I've never been desperate. Trust me. I get rid of bozos. How
Would you
desperate can I
like to
be?
come in for some lemonade? I'm just kidding.
There's lemonade right over here. No, but you know how they have all this drama with the wrestlers and everything like that? I mean, I have acting experience. If you want me to get up there and make some drama for somebody, I will. I mean, I don't have a problem doing that. I'm funny, but if you wanted me to talk some trash to somebody, I can say something to somebody. I
I
don't.
mean, it's understandable if you can't hire a sitter and you're working on the road. Somebody has to watch the little ones, things like that.
Well, I mean, I think if you're a professional wrestler, I think we have the money to hire a sitter. I mean, that's
Well, I mean, outside of the like expensive career stuff.
yeah. I mean, but the thing is, if I'm a stay-at-home mom, I mean, I'm also an educator. I can homeschool the kids, and it's really never going to be a problem.
Gotta keep them educated. No.
I mean, I was a teacher. I mean, it's not going to be a problem. I don't ever foresee it ever being a problem. So,
What's 4 plus 4? She said 44.
so I don't ever see anything like being a problem. If you need me, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom and wife. It's not going to ever be an issue. I mean, it's you know, I don't know what else to say.
I'm pretty sure we already got our point across.
Yeah, I think we did, and they're probably tired of hearing about our life together, but
They're
I
just like,
they're like, okay, we're tired of hearing about your marriage. Oh my God. No, but I mean, at least, we're talking about what our future is going to be together and we're on the same page and everything like that. And
mm,
that's like something you need to talk about before you get married. Like, what do you want to do when you get married? Do you guys want to do the same thing? Like, are you going to be able to, are your careers going to match?
and here's the thing, especially whether you're engaged or married, if you keep your fiance or your wife on red, you're gonna have Hiroshima when you come home. Trust me on this.
Well, yeah, if you're married to me, duh. Because
You ignored me all day. What if something had happened?
yeah, he knows.
Welcome to hell.
I think you guys know, I'm probably difficult to deal with if someone did that to me. Like, I'm not like a doormat. I think you guys know that. Like if you watch my
What
show,
was
you know
her
that.
name?
Right, exactly.
What was his name? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, no, I'm not going to say that to you. You're like, fuck you aren't.
I'd just be like,
I know.
she didn't have a name. Then what was his name?
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not going to go in like
Oh,
that,
his
but
name was Ted. We had a lot of fun. We went out to dinner.
dang. See, we have a sense of humor around here, but no, but I mean, he knows I don't put up with any shit. He knows because I've been married before, bro. I've been married before. He knows that like,
Just grab me like this. You gonna tell me right now who I do?
well, I don't like, I'm not like that because I don't have to be, because I'm like all feminine and delicate and shit.
Also,
But
she enjoys my shirts. So she,
well, I, yeah, like his clothes are so nice, because I do his laundry. But it's more like
that was silk. I don't care.
no, but I mean, it's like I've been married before, so I've done this before. It's just like I'm not I'm not like trying to put up with stuff. So it's like I'm not gonna let like anything slide because I've been married before. I'm just I've done this before. So um, I have my own advice show on my show. So there's just things that
I
there
think the
needs.
questions that are gonna be requested, those are the most ones I'm gonna do live.
Yeah, I think so because they're gonna ask you particular things, and I think the things that you already answer, they're gonna know that you're more of an expert on. So that's the things they're gonna ask you. That I think that's why I get asked some of the same questions over and over, and I'm like, you guys, we've already been through this.
I still gotta answer a few of them.
But sometimes I'm like, you guys have asked me this like a million times. You guys, I've already answered this. How many more times do I have to tell you this is how it goes when this happens?
Won't you just leave me alone?
Well, I mean, I don't understand why
Hee hee.
it's like, you guys think I'm gonna like answer it a different way? I already told you guys this is how it goes. It goes the same way for everybody. Like there's men and women have a certain type of nature, and it's not like it really ever changes. I mean, men and women are wired a certain kind of way,
Mm.
and it's like people either care about you or they don't. And there's certain kind of behaviors that will indicate whether they care about you or not.
They don't really care about us.
Well, I mean, you've been in plenty of relationships, and I've been in plenty of relationships, and I've been in some good ones, and like you pointed out, I've been in some bozo ones. Okay, so but the minute you see that you're in a bozo one, you got to dismiss the person straight away. The minute you see that it's a bozo, and some people will enable bozo relationships, and because they don't want to see you single.
Are you single? Single.
No, they don't want to see you single because their husband likes you or their boyfriend likes you. They don't want to see you single, so they try to keep you with the bozo. So they'll try to keep the bozo bothering you. They'll try to keep the bozo around. So you got to watch out for that too. Cause and the bozos rally people to kind of gang stalk you and stuff. So that's like a whole nother show. But it's a whole thing with bozos. It gets complicated. But I don't know. You've had a lot of bozettes.
Quite a few.
Yeah. Yeah. So because the thing about Zen is he's really a nice guy. And so bozettes bother him a lot. I mean, because he's a good, decent person.
So far, I haven't had any this year.
Well, it's because I run them off. No, I protect you. I run them off. They come around, and I'm just like, bitch, you better not. I run them off.
It's like, what's your name, sailor?
Because they have a tattoo of an anchor right now. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, that's just them caressing my arm. I'm just standing there like,
Well,
"Hi, I'm married. How are you?"
but I mean, it's like, you haven't been single for almost 4 years now, so it's not like it's you've dated anybody recently, so they can't really come around. I mean,
I had one come to my job acting a fool in theater 3.
oh, you tell that story.
So basically it was a woman I was involved with some time ago. I turn around because, well, first off, I didn't know it was her until after I turned around. She asked where the lost and found was. I turn around, I show her. She doesn't recognize me, and I caught a glimpse of her. I just turn around like
You're
spawn of Satan,
like,
and sometime later, she's in. Well, before I get into that, as far as I know, she was at the Lost and Found, saying something about losing her ticket, going out to smoke, something like that. And sometime after that, then she goes into Theater 3. She starts making a fool of herself, apparently. My manager tells me all about it.
he's
And
cool manager, the cool one.
yeah.
Andy, the cool one.
And I'm just making sure this is her, which it is because, Andy was like, she kept calling me James and all this. I'm just like, yeah,
Wait,
she's
isn't
definitely
James her fiance?
something like that. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Um, but honestly, if I was, if she needs to just leave well enough alone. I don't know what it is, but she seems really messed up. Anytime after, she comes from his place, I don't know what goes on. Uh, but I was asking Andy about all these questions, like, did you smell apple cider vinegar by any chance? He was like, on a good day. I was like, oh god, it was her.
Okay, here's the deal with her. Okay.
Oh, and I got a message from my brother Panda. Apparently, she stopped by the house when he wasn't there.
I told you she was going to.
Yeah, and Ghosty luckily told her he wasn't home. At first, I thought she was bluffing because I thought he was home the whole time. But he was like, "Oh no, I'm not at home." But Ghosty told me that she showed up at the doorstep, and I'm just like,
I
you
knew
know that.
I knew she was going to come over.
I'm just like, she does that as a Hail Mary because no one else is going to take her in, right? He's like, yeah, and you know that Hail Mary's gonna get her a hospital. I'm like, yeah, I know. Uh, she's, it was this whole big thing. It was really bad.
Okay, I'll kind of explain what's going on. This is a person who has a problem with narcotics, and she comes by and she tries to stay with their family. Okay, and
And he already told her, don't come by.
but she does anyway, and she knocks on the window, and she pretty much bothers his brother and him. And she always smells like apple cider vinegar because she's always covered in scabies and tries to clean him up with the apple cider vinegar. And she does other stuff I'm not going to talk about. And anyway, they keep telling her not to come over again. And a long time ago, she was okay. When she was dating him, she was okay. She wasn't like this. But since then, she's become involved with drugs. And apparently, she's engaged to this other guy. But she's tried to ask him for money. She's tried to go to bed with him. She's tried to do all these other things, even though she knows he's with me. So
She's really messed up.
she's really messed up. So there's like a substance issue there. So I think you guys know when somebody is in a bad way with drugs, their mind isn't right. So, she's disrespecting our relationship, and she's trying to go to bed with him. And she's doing things that are highly inappropriate. And I'm not going to really get into the rest of it, but she's really sick in the head, and she got arrested at the movie theater, and I was really hoping what was going to happen was that the police were going to take her to a rehab facility.
That's what I thought too, but they
And
just let her go, and she came over to my
yeah,
brother's.
and I told Astral that if the police do not take her to a facility, she's going to go try to get try to get a hit or a fix, and then she's going to stop
The cops
at
don't care. I knew
I
they were.
know, I know, and it makes me, because she's a sick person.
I knew they were gonna just let her loose.
Like, I can't stand her and everything like that, but I know she's a drug addict. I know she's sick. Okay, so as much as I can't stand
They're
her,
part of
they're part of the
the far,
problem. They're part of the problem, and
yeah. I was gonna say
I knew she was going to stop at his brother's house, and I knew she was going to knock on the window, and she was going to disturb his brother and his brother's friend,
they're the
his brother's
reason we
female
have
friend.
big pharma.
Right, and it's like they need to take people like her, and they need to get people like her some help, because she just comes along and makes trouble. And his brother is not feeling well, and his brother's friend is there too, and they need to just leave those two alone.
Just stop dogging me around.
Right, but I mean, I knew her next stop was going to be over there, and she's been told by him, she's been told by his brother and whomever else not to go to that apartment anymore. But I knew she'd go over there. He's had to block her on Cash
That's
App. He's had to block her on his phone. He's had to block her on social
that's
media,
primarily why I want to move Panda into a new home
because he can't find her. I
because
mean,
the
he
people
she
who
can't find
come
him.
over that are uninvited feel the need to come to his place anyway.
Well, she used to come when he stayed there. She used to come bother him and wake him up and do all this kind of stuff and do all this inappropriate stuff, and it used to drive him, because he had to get up early for work in the morning. And she used to do all this other stuff, and it was just kind of like, it's not fair. I get it. She's mentally ill and she's sick and she has an addiction, and people like that need help. And it's just like, you can't, if you're on hard drugs like that, you can't get off drugs like that by yourself.
How much you want to bet the cop said, "Oh, if you promise to behave yourself, we won't have to take you into the rehab facility." Something along those lines, because otherwise they would have been like, "Okay, since you're coming down, it's best that you go to the rehab facility."
Okay, well, the thing is they probably put her in there, and they didn't like the way she was acting, so they probably put her back on the street. And so she's probably like, she probably did whatever she could, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about, to get another hit. And then she probably had nowhere to go, so she decided to I didn't even see what you did.
I went like,
Yeah, yeah, well, that's, I'm sure that's what it was. I'm sure
I'm
she's
I'm not even gonna
well,
get into that.
well, I'm sure she's probably trying to do that with you. And she's, oh my god, and she's showing up at your brother's, okay, and she's doing whatever and bothering him, and he doesn't need that. He has medical problems. She doesn't need to go over there and bother him. That's not cool, and it's like, he told her not to come back, and I don't want him getting in trouble with your landlord.
Honestly, I'm like bump my landlord anyway.
Well, no, I don't want your brother getting in trouble. I don't care about your landlord. I don't have any
He's
nice
not gonna get in
feelings.
trouble either,
Oh, I
cause
don't have any nice feelings about your landlord. I don't want your brother in trouble.
he's not going to get in trouble.
Okay. But I mean, if you were there, she would have woke you up and you wouldn't have been able to go to work, and because she doesn't let you sleep, she does all that stuff. So it's like, she just does all that weird stuff you told me about. And she's covered with scabs, and she's just like, and you told me when you saw her, you were just like, "Oh my god, she looked even worse than usual." It's like she's not even the same person when you first met her.
She looked like Miss Trunchbull on crack.
From Matilda?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm trying to picture this crackhead that looks like Miss Trunchbull.
with a receding hairline.
Okay, so she's in her 20s? Is she in her 20s?
40s, early
She
40s,
she's in her early 40s?
early to mid 40s, somewhere around there.
So she's a crackhead in her early 40s,
Basically,
and she's got those kind of problems?
yeah,
So she's an older woman?
yeah.
I'm picturing a 20-year-old.
No, she's about I think 45, 46 now.
Okay, so this is a mature woman. Uh,
I wouldn't use the word mature, but yeah.
okay, chronologically, this is a mature woman. Okay, so she's okay. I am picturing this young person. So that is just absolutely insane. I bet she looks freaking horrible. Oh my
It
goodness.
was grotesque to say the least, yeah.
That is not what I was picturing at all. Absolutely
You
not.
thought she was in her 20s the whole time?
Yeah,
No, she's early to mid 40s.
yeah. I was picturing some kind of 20-year-old this whole time. I was thinking she was another.
No, 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 no.
I was picturing like a twin situation. I was picturing another carbon copy of some sort. Well, that's something equally repulsive. I was just picturing another one.
No, she's older.
Oh, I was just picturing her, that person, and Tank, and they're all the same thing.
Now, I've seen crackheads in their 20s that they don't usually have receding hairlines.
Okay, that's Miss Trenchbull. Does she have the long pigtails and? Because I doesn't Miss Trunchbull have the pigtails?
No, she has well, she didn't have. She usually has a bun in her hair, Miss Trunchbull, but she didn't have a bun.
Okay. Oh, she had the pigtails when she was swinging on the swing, and I remember
Mm.
that. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I was picturing something totally different. Somebody. I was picturing something completely different. That's so funny.
Mm.
Okay, that's funny. Well, she's a mess. She's an older person with a severe drug problem. Okay, I thought she was a young person all this whole time. I had something totally different on my mind. That's funny. So she has a receding hairline.
Mm.
She looks like Miss Trunchbull.
Mm.
She sounds really attractive.
Her clothes didn't match either.
Okay. Did they ever or
Usually, when I saw her when she was nice and cleaned up, she looked amazing.
because she wasn't a drug addict then, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, so she was
And
a normal person at one juncture, right? Like at one time she was like a decent person, right? Like she had morals at one time, maybe, or
I knew she had a drinking issue,
okay,
but the whole drug thing, I had a feeling about it, but I wasn't 100% sure until after I heard what happened at the theater.
okay. So what's happening is she's um declining fast because she's an older person with an issue.
Right.
So she's declining really fast because what's happening is she's probably going through menopause right now as well. She's at that age.
I don't know what she's going through, but anytime she's around James, I think that's the problem.
Okay, so James is her fiance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but she was calling Andy James.
For some reason,
Okay,
yeah.
she was hallucinating. She was hallucinating.
That's probably what it was.
So she was probably angry because she thought Andy was James.
Yeah.
Okay. So well who knows what she's using then? It could be
They said it was crack
um
or cocaine or something.
okay. Well, crack is a crude form of cocaine. That's I mean it's as much as I don't like her, I can't help but feel sad. I mean I don't like her because of all the trouble she's made. But I mean that's sad that she has a problem like that. I mean that's
Mm.
um
But I'd rather not just keep going with it.
We
it
should talk
is.
about something else. Let's talk about some of the other questions you've gotten on Quora.
Mm.
I mean, if you want to do another show about addictions, we can always do that. But
Yeah,
we're
we could
we're
probably.
talking about somebody, so let's talk
We'll
about
just
like
do
other.
addictions on a different video. We'll just
Okay.
continue it from something else.
Okay, so let's talk about other questions.
Other questions I've gotten. Um, well, I've already did the first date thing. Uh, this video. Uh, Honestly, I can't remember up by heart because my phone's all the way there charging.
Okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on your I'm gonna get on your page.
Stalker.
Yes, I'm a stalker. I'm stalking you. I'm obsessed with you.
You have nice furniture. I'm just kidding.
You silly. What do you call yourself again?
Should be billionaire boss. Right there.
Okay, let's see what you got here. Okay, there we go. Let me. Okay, here we go.
Mm,
Let's see.
what are the signs that your boyfriend is just not? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, why don't you expound on that one?
So this question asks, what are the signs that your boyfriend is judgmental? And what I said basically, if he consistently comments on a person's flaw, outerwear, or the way they speak, um, if your significant other, if your SO consistently tells you to stop doing it, but you do it anyway, that's how you know your boyfriend is judgmental, and you just need to let that person go.
Do you mean
Cause
if they don't like your clothes? Do you mean that?
like if they're consistently nitpicking at each and every one of your flaws
Um.
or how you present yourself basically.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like. Okay.
Oh my god, why does he lisp so much? Or friggin'
You mean just kind of nitpicking, like you're such a dork, or you mean people that go like that and just kind of like you're such a nerd, or
something like that.
just kind of give you a hard time and make you feel bad about who you are?
They need to get that overbite fixed. I cannot stop looking at it.
Okay, here's the thing. If you don't like the way the person you're with looks, you should be with somebody else.
Why would you even be with somebody who's consistently judgmental in the first place?
Well, here's the thing. If somebody's nitpicking what I look like, or the way I talk, or the way I dress, or just
Honey, I told you not to wear that dress. Or honey, why can't you dye your hair every now and again so you look a little better? Or
okay, that's just mean. Okay. No,
not that I know
no, no,
that.
no, no. I know you're not talking to me
No,
because
not that I know that anybody would actually want to say that death wish out loud.
no, no, but okay, here's the thing.
But that's basically what I'm talking about. For
This
example,
is what happens. Like, I know there's a bunch of guys that go around, okay, and they go around fat shaming girls. That's what you're talking about, right?
that would be a biggie.
Okay, because
Why are
all
you so fattest? Why are you so against fat people? I hear you all the time having to say, "Oh, look at Free Willy," or "Oh, look, it's Ruby in my 300-pound life."
oh, dude, that's mad. That's mean. Okay, this is what would happen. Like I'd be sitting there with some friends that are dudes, and they'll be like, "That girl over there is fatter every time I look at her," and
Basically,
I'm like, "Then don't look at her, bruh.
that's one way of
Like you're
them.
mean. Like shut up." And they're like, "Why are you defending her? You're skinny." And I'm like, "Just shut the fuck up.
That's
Stop
why
being
they're
mean."
basically their boyfriend is Al Bundy. If
Oh,
that
from
gi-
no ma'am.
if that gives you an idea.
But it's like guys like they thought I was a mean girl and I was going to agree with them or something. I'm like, why don't you stop being a dude and just picking on some girl you don't even know? You're just sitting here just making fun of someone you don't even know. And they're like, but that chick should stop eating so much and she should take better care of herself. I go, you don't even know her. Why are you picking on somebody? Shut up. And I'm just like, you don't know if she's depressed. You don't know if she's sick. You don't know what's wrong with her. Shut
It's like
up.
people refuse to acknowledge we live in a liberated society. It's 2023. People are openly gay. People have thyroid conditions.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And I keep thinking to myself, like, throughout the years, I just been like, if you're going to be judgmental about a woman's weight, don't get them pregnant. That's
Yeah.
because I'm just like, if you have a problem with women being fat or overweight, and
Most
you
women are fat. Did you know that? Most women are fat.
they have more fat than men. That's scientifically proven.
Well, we have to because we have to carry babies and nurse them. That's why we're more fat than men.
Yeah, so you're not just offending clinically obese people, you're also offending pregnant women.
Yeah, you don't even know she's pregnant. Okay, here's the thing. I was like, not like skinny sticks skinny, but I was like the skinny blonde like my whole life. And then I got a heart condition, and then I started having to take medication. All right, and it made me gain a lot of weight. All right, the medicine made me gain a lot of weight. So now I'm 40 pounds overweight. So I'm clinically fat. Okay, so now I'm fat, right? I'm still not as fat as the average woman, but I'm fat.
And I just like to take this moment to say to all the twigs around the world, please, for everything that is sacred, stop saying, oh my God, I am so fat.
Well, I mean, well, don't put yourself down. Whoever you are, don't put yourself down. But what I'm
No,
saying is
I'm
like,
saying from the skinny twigs who say that all the time.
well, I
I'm
mean,
just like, you don't even have a butt. So what are you even complaining about?
but what I'm saying is I was always skinny and skinniness doesn't always last. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be skinny. So it's like it doesn't always last. Sometimes you'll take a certain type of medicine and it'll make you gain weight. So it doesn't last. So sometimes it takes a long time to make yourself lose the weight that you gained from taking a pill that made you fat. So you don't know, take it from a girl that was skinny most of her life and had to take a pill that made her fat. You I'm fat now. I mean, come on. So you don't know why somebody's fat. You don't. So maybe someone's sitting around going, that blonde is fat or whatever. You don't know why somebody's fat. So why are you pointing people out and
Check out the girl eating that all you can eat buffet at the table two right there.
well, I mean, you just don't know why somebody looks the way they look. You don't know why that is. And I mean, um
It's like Nate said, he'll with the fat girl.
well, I mean, he's like he doesn't give an F. I mean, he's a
I like going John C. Riley. I like to wreck it.
I've lost like 50.
I,
I've
I thought
lost
about that the other day.
dudes. I've lost 50 pounds since he and I got together. Seriously. So it's not
Thanks, Mega Shake.
no, but I mean by myself. I lost 50 pounds with nobody's help since I've been with him. So it's like he's not shallow. He liked me even then. So you guys,
My brother and I like big girls.
well, I said, "Are you gonna like me when I'm skinny?" And he goes, "Yeah, because you're beautiful. I don't care. I like you for you."
Also,
So
you're not gonna lose it where it counts. So
I'm still gonna have curves. I showed him pictures of me when I was skinny, and he goes, "You still had curves when you're skinny." And I'm like, "Yeah, because
I have
that's
a
my
pic.
basic look,
I have a picture of her wearing a green dress, and her curves were all over the
My
place.
curves are always there even when I'm skinny. So he likes my basic looks. So he liked me when I was big, and now I'm medium fat, and he's gonna like me when I'm small. So he's like
No, I'm just
so it's okay. He's always gonna like me because he basically likes me, and that's the whole point. So you like, but the point is you shouldn't make fun of people because
I'm
you don't
gonna
know if they're
make
having a
you
medical
love
problem.
me.
I was fat because the medicine made me fat. So you don't know why somebody's fat is what the thing is, and you don't know if they're trying to lose weight either. You don't know if that's their normal size or if they're having a medical problem. So stop making fun of people. You don't know like what they're supposed to look like.
You judgmental bastards.
Well, stop doing that to people. It's mean. You don't know if they're trying to lose weight. You don't know if they normally look like that or if they're on medicine or what happened to them. And you don't know what's going to push somebody over the edge.
And if you got your lady pregnant, don't act like you don't want it when she's gaining weight in all the right places.
Well, apparently my fat is in all the right places because he doesn't mind me at all. So I don't. I got the big ones. So you know.
And remember, they're really emotional. So if you distance yourself, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, you think I'm a cow? You think I'm this and that?"
Pregnancy emotions. He means, oh my god, yes, yes, because you're carrying a baby. Your hormones are like, ugh. That's
He's
what he's.
gonna be like, honey, I'm not sure if I can do this because I remember what you used to look like before."
Well, I mean, okay. When I was pregnant with my son, I gained 25 extra pounds, I think, and then I lost it right away. But I mean, I got real big here, and
Don't show them that.
they can't see it. They
Still,
don't.
you're just like,
Only you can see it. Well, they saw you do that. They didn't see me do it. You just saw me do it.
yeah,
They
but I was over exaggerating. I was out to here.
That's what I look like now. That's
Picture it. I dare you. I don't dare. No, I'm just kidding.
knock it off. But I guess the point we're making is don't make fun of people. I mean,
If
I
you're dating somebody who's judgmental, just cut them loose, because that just means there's a closeted bigot.
okay. Here's the thing: if they don't basically like your basic structure, just don't mess with him because he likes my basic structure because he liked me bigger. He likes me now, and he's going to like me smaller. So he likes my basic structure, whether I'm bigger or smaller. Okay, so he's attracted to me. If he gained weight, I'd still like him. If he lost weight, I'd still like him. So, because I like his basic structure. I'll sit there and be rubbing his back and his tummy, and he'll make his belly really fat, and he'll like start messing around, and I'm like, knock it off. He's so silly, but just like you said, don't nitpick people. If you don't like
Just stop being judgmental, because you look stupid when you do it.
but I mean, but seriously, if you don't think the person you're with is attractive, don't be with him. If you don't basically find him attractive, why are you with someone you don't think is attractive? I mean, I never got that. Like,
I
why
don't either.
why are you with someone you don't think is cute? Because you're gonna be with them like, okay, like you're dating someone to marry him, right? That's the whole point. Is you're dating somebody to be with in a long term
That's like if you're
relationship.
Don John, you have this super gorgeous girlfriend, and you still go on the internet to handle your business in front of a porn site.
Well, that's a pornography addict.
Yeah, that's basically what part of the movie. Actually, I think most of the movie's about that.
Well, that's somebody who's addicted to porn. That's another type of sickness. But if you're not attracted to the person you're with, don't be with them. But you're just telling them you don't find him attractive. I mean, you're like, well, why do you have to like
I don't
make
find
that
you
face?
attractive because you're fat.
If you can't deal with people who are on the bigger side, don't be with someone who's on the bigger side.
Don't be like Napoleon Dynamite. I see you're drinking 2%. Is that because you think you're fat?
Because you're not. I
Because
mean,
you're not.
he was a pimp when he said that. I liked how he was like that. That was cute.
I was still like just
That was cute. That was cute though. He was giving her a compliment. That was
in the most weirdest way possible.
no, but it was still a compliment. I mean, that was pretty smooth for him. Because you're not. That movie was just funny all the way through. That movie was hilarious. But yeah, don't like nitpick at people. If somebody was nitpicking at me all the time, I'd be like, screw you. I'm gonna go find someone who likes, the way I do my hair and my makeup and my clothes and stuff like that.
I don't
Because
want to be with you because you look too much like a man.
that would be like messed up if somebody was like telling you that you look like.
I'm saying that because some of these women are getting more toned out and everything.
Oh, you mean like they lift weights and stuff and they get like washboard abs?
Kind of like Raquel Rodriguez from SmackDown.
Yes.
Something
Oh,
like that.
bro. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It flexes her a little toned back and everything.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. But some
She's
guy,
still feminine.
she's still feminine, yeah, but she's really like she's really strong. But I mean, what is she going to do? Get with some guy and he's going to go, "You look like a man." She's going to be, "I'm a pro freaking wrestler. What do you want?"
Or NXT Ivy Nile. She's like 5 foot and freaking built like just a gym rat, basically.
Well, if some guy tries to pick on her, she can kick his ass. What is he going to do? Talk to her some kind of crazy way?
And she's actually she's got, I think they're married now, I'm not sure, but
Okay.
her fiance or husband is about the same build as me, a little bit smaller.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, I
That's
see
cool.
it.
That's cool. They like each other, and hey.
I think they're workout buddies. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have one messed up thing to say to her. So
Oh, I surely hope he does.
I he would be kind of like he'd be.
He doesn't seem like the type though.
I would hope he's not that dumb. I would hope,
He looks pretty intelligent actually.
yeah, that would be dumb to like be with someone, especially someone attractive and somebody rich who's like a pro athlete, and then decide to start taking pot shots at him like that and be like, I don't like the way, I don't like your abs, and I don't like when you do like this, and the size of your muscles. You'd be like, are you kidding me?
Just like you like it, you just don't want one that has a vagina attached to it.
Dude, yeah, I would totally go there if somebody said something like that to me. I would like go all in and question their sexuality. I would go there. That'd be Yeah, that'd be funny.
Well, I need to wrap this up because I need to
Okay.
charge my computer.
Okay. So, was there any other thing you wanted to discuss?
I think I pretty much got my points across.
Okay. Yeah, so let's charge your computer and we'll wrap this up. And it's funny, we talked a little trash.
I always talk trash.
I know you do. Well, it was good to see you, Astrolites, and don't forget to check out my Juliana
Otherworldlies.
and Otherworldlies. Do not forget to check out the Juliana Angel channel. That's where I am answering all the questions. So I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, you're waiting for me to say.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to. It's your show.
This has been Astral and Juliana. We love you all. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.